Hi guys, welcome back. I finally have a foundation first impressions follow-up review on the Gosh Ex-Ceptional Wear foundation. I did a first impressions on this last year, so I'll leave that linked in the down bar if you want to go check that out. But today I'm going to be kind of doing an overview, review slash, follow up on my thoughts. Now that I've been testing it for a long time. I didn't expect the follow-up to take this long to do. I did try and do it a couple of months after the first impressions, and let's just say there was a lot of bloopers involved and it never went up. So here we are now. So if you want to see how I got on slash my thoughts on this foundation, then keep watching. So I'm just going to go over a few quick points on this, and then I'll kind of go into a bit more of a review at the end. So price wise, it is £7.99 for your average 35ml bottle of foundation. Most foundations do come in this size, so it doesn't differ in that regard. And packaging wise, it is a plastic squeezy tube. I'm not going to squeeze it, I don't know, it might not come out. Oh yes, I did. So let's swatch it. This is the colour 12 Natural. I may as well do this as it is there. It is quite a thick creamy consistency, so it won't run anywhere. That is the colour there. It does look a little dark, but on me it is absolutely fine. I have got it on now. This shade in particular is quite yellow toned, as you can see, but that suits me absolutely fine. I believe this is the lightest shade of 6, which is pretty poor really, because in the summertime, as you probably saw in quite a lot of my videos last year, I did wear this foundation and you could see like I had a tan and my face looked white, but the shade up from this is like really orange and it's quite annoying, so I might have to get the Body Shop darkening drops to add to that to be able to wear in summertime. It has a medium coverage, I would say, quite buildable. I have kind of built it up a little bit today so you can see, not that you knew what my skin looked like before, but here we are, me wearing it with 2 layers, although I did use a beauty blender to apply it, so that has kind of taken a little bit of the product, but overall it is a buildable coverage slash consistency. Just a quick side note, I do have oily combination skin, so foundations don't tend to last that great on me anyway, so if I say it lasts, it lasts. I have, like I said, done the first impressions where I've come back in intervals throughout the day, so you can kind of see how the oils are progressing, like progressively coming through on my skin. So if you are curious to see the kind of longevity of it, go watch that video because it will give you a bit more of an insight. Although I will quickly say here, it probably does last 4 to 5 hours on me before I would need to kind of repowder. Generally I don't, and I could probably get away with it. It just goes a bit more dewy in the evening. I wouldn't say it necessarily broke down, which is definitely an issue I've had in the last couple of years, that foundation has broke down so bad on me, not just in the summertime, but all throughout the year. It would break down on my chin and on my nose, and it would just look awful, and I'd get to the point in the day where I just wanted to take it off, like even if I was at work, because it just looked terrible. But this definitely doesn't do that. It's brilliant. So like I did say, there is, on the Superdrug website at least, I don't think it differs. The colour range is 6. I believe this is the lighter shade, number 12 Natural. But like I just said, this is, oh, it has oxidised ever so slightly on my hand there, as you can see. It does oxidise slightly on the skin, not really to a noticeable amount because I could kind of briefly sit on my jawline earlier, which meant I did blend it because I didn't realise I hadn't, because it matched so well. But yeah, it does oxidise ever so slightly on the skin, so if you think that like you swatch one shade and it is really dark, probably wouldn't go for that. I'd probably go for the lighter, the kind of the next lighter shade, although if this is too light I am sorry, or if this is too dark I am sorry, because I don't think there's one below it. But yeah, add some like darkening drops or something in it just to kind of give it a little bit more colour. But this shade is pretty perfect for me all year round. Obviously if I have a tan it's a little bit light, but what's the bit of bronzer to you and me? I think I've covered everything. I'm gonna go through my list kind of here in case I didn't cover anything in just the kind of bullet points that I've written down. So it is $7.99 for a 35ml bottle of foundation. Generally I get mine in Superdrug because a lot of the time the Gosh stand, I don't know if it does it in Boots as well, possibly, they do like 2 for £10, and I think that is fantastic considering it's $7.99, and I think it is just brilliant. Honestly, I could not fault it. It has a medium buildable coverage. My skin type is oily combination. I've completely written these down in the wrong order, but you know. Longevity with powder. Just to know, I do powder my foundation on an everyday basis. Even in my first impressions I do use powder, just because my skin, I know it won't last if I don't powder, so I just generally don't see the point. If I'm going to powder on an everyday basis, I want to know how long it's going to last with powder on my first impressions, if you know what I mean. It has a colour range of about 6 on the Superdrug website at least. I don't think it differs. And packaging, I've written 3 things about it. It's simple, as you can see, it's just plastic squeezy packaging. It's sleek and it is very, very easy to get every last drop out because it is a squeezy tube rather than like a glass or even a plastic like hard bottle. I have actually already finished one of these and I have cut it in half to scoop out all the rest of it. I've made sure I had a sample pot ready and I scraped out a hell of a lot of product. Probably another 2 weeks worth using it every day. So just a note, if you do have this foundation and you think it's empty, get a sample pot, cut it open and scrape it out. Because that'll just mean you get even more for your money, and I think it's great value anyway. And I'm just going to give it a quick star rating out of 10. I am going to give this foundation an 8 out of 10. I probably think it could be a little bit better in the longevity stakes. Coverage and everything else is absolutely perfect. I absolutely love this foundation. It is my go-to and I recommend it to everyone, whether you've got oily skin, dry skin, whatever. Maybe not if you've got super dry skin, but if you've got dry skin, this is quite a moisturizing creamy foundation, so it does, you know, it doesn't settle to dry patches, that I've found anyway. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If there was any other first impressions I did last year, possibly even the year before now, that you want to see follow-ups on, let me know in the comments and I will do those for you. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more videos like these in the future, and I will see you soon.